What is going on? Let me jam this for a minute. I think we get 30 seconds before we get a copyright strike. I love this album, y'all. Let y'all pile in. They did it, man. And they brought their old sound back, too. I think I got 30 seconds. I got 5 more. It'll be stuck in my head for the rest of the stream. I just need this little riff right here. All right. Good morning. Thank everybody for showing up. Jorge is on the way. He might show up, he might not, but he probably will. He has some stuff to do this morning. So while I'm letting everybody come in, let me see in the comments how y'all doing this weekend. How is everyone? Let me look what we got here. Wi-Fi, what's good, man? Hey, when I read that email that you sent me, I was in the DR, and my wife was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Look," and that kind of stuff. That's the kind of feedback I need, and that's what encourages me to keep going. So thank you. And when that Amania is red and beautiful like I want it to, you'll get it immediately. So who else we got in here? Jeff Kane. What's good, Jeff? Silver Creek, Tommy. Hey, that video with the quail, that was dope. If y'all don't know, go check out Silver Creek Aquatics. He is doing his homestead farm type thing. Like, he doing it though. I'm gonna say this. What he is doing is practical and feasible to where he not doing it for YouTube. He doing it for his family, which is the most practical reason I can think of to do something. And he can just pull out a camera and show what he already doing, what he already has in place. So if that kind of stuff interests you, I would encourage you to go check him out. Who else we got in here? Collaboration of Curiosities. Good morning from Australia. Good morning. Thank you for stopping in. Got a lot of people from Australia, man. The first person I met on the internet from Australia was the homie Thirsty Rabbit. And then after that, it was Dr. Blackie, 66. It's a few other people too. Y'all gonna be mad at me if I don't remember you, so forgive me if I don't remember you from Australia. But if we haven't talked about me pulling up on you, which I will do, and eating mud crabs and what a bogan is, I ain't gonna. So today we are talking about the power of observation. And I am going to pull out some notes from some courses that I've taken. Because if y'all don't know, I'm studying. I am in pursuit of my doctorate for horticulture. So one of the things that I have learned how to do is this last semester. Matter of fact is I got to learn how to apply science to things that I have been doing that everybody watching this has been doing their whole life. So I took a lot of biology stuff last go around, and one of the classes I ended up taking was some anthropology classes. And this anthropology class that I took was amazing. It was amazing. So one of the things that we learned in anthropology was observation, how to observe. And one of the things that was taught is an actual methodology of how researchers, scientists, professionals, if you will, scholars, observe in the field. And one of the things that we used was an observation video of some primates. It was an anthropology class. And we literally watched the video of monkeys and wrote down what we saw. And hey, I'm unapologetically me, y'all. So I'm like, professor. So you sitting up here trying to tell me that motherfucker get paid to go watch monkeys, and then they write that shit down, and ain't nobody say nothing because they scholars? And she was like, no. Well, yes and no, but no. That means yes. I'm taking it that way. So that is what we're going to discuss today. And to get everybody kind of up to speed, to get y'all palates satiated on what we are talking about, I had Lily up. I did an impromptu stream. And when I say impromptu, y'all go look like shit wasn't calm. Like I was tired. Lily was tired, but we did it. I said we have to. I feel this sense of spontaneity coursing through my veins. My love, if we don't do this now, it ain't gonna happen. And y'all know me. Like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not. Then so on and so forth. So Lily came up. Lily is doing her open source database for aquarium fish, ichthyology. What we propose to do, what we are doing now is taking that, interjecting it into media. And what we're doing is we're cultivating a space. And I say we now because that's how I roll. If y'all know me, I try my best not to be a piece of shit. I do not like cul-de-sac MFers. I said I was going to stop cussing for the babies. I'm a passionate person. I love to love. Here is, let me substantiate the we real quick. Because I'm not, yeah. Let me substantiate the we. Everyone who has contributed, everyone who has aligned. That's the word I'm looking for, is alignment. To where people see what we do, they like it. After heavy discretion and discernment, it's like, hey, okay. But it's not just cheap talk, it's action. Okay? So that's why I say we, because I gave Lily my word, number one. Number two, that's what I've been looking for. That's what we have been looking for. So many of you all expressed to me the desire, the want to be able to say, hey, you know, information, where is it? Number one, is it accurate? Number two, I have things that I would like to contribute, but, comma, and that part right there is the part that breaks my heart. We're going to get rid of that part today because there is no but or comma. You all have contributions, and that's what we're on today. So going into that, let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. Fish Fam Link, what's good? Appreciate you for stopping by. Adele, I didn't see you in here, but I do now. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. We're talking about observation and data collection. My thing with Lily was tell them how. What do you want to see? Where do they have to go? What do they have to do, etc. All right. Here's where that part comes into play. What do you do? How do you observe? So we're going to play a game. We're going to play a game. I'm about to pull it up right now. This video that I was talking about. I got to log on to my school real quick and try not to dox my dumb ass self. All right. Lord, don't let me look at my grades. Please don't. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's click on that. Let's go to, God, there's a lot of classes here. Let's go to this. Let's go to physical anthro. All right. Here we go. Now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to show you guys I'm going to pull up the video, and from there, we're going to play this game. I want to see just intrinsically how you guys do. Okay. It's a 15-minute video. We are not watching all 15 minutes. I'm gonna rewind it. I'm gonna play it now to make sure there's no damn commercial. Good. Okay. Let me make sure it's in full screen. Good. And then I'm gonna share with you. All right. Here we go. Now. All right there. Now, I'm going to put this video on. What I want you to do is just watch the video. That's it. Just watch it. After the video, then the questions. And then we'll go into it. It's going to be great. All right, here we go. Wrong one. There we go. All right. Take a look at that. Just watch it. I'm going to go ahead and put it in theater mode for y'all. There you go. Just pay attention to what you see. All right, now I'm going to stop it right at 2:45. Done. All right. 2:45 on the YouTube video, not the actual thing. So, let me take that off of there real quick. So, when you guys were watching that video, tell me right away what you saw in the comments. And while y'all are doing that, I'm going to tell you what we were taught to look for. Okay, so as you see the family of capuchin monkeys, right? You see one monkey has a name on the video, digital, and his name was Popeye. Now, that's a family group of capuchins with some other primates in there. I'm going to put the video up again, and this time, when you watch the video, take a look at Popeye, take a look at what they doing, their behaviors, and you be thinking, what are they doing? Are they playing? Are they fighting? Are they foraging? Are they moving? Are they sitting still? Are they resting? Are they asleep? What behaviors do you see? And look up in the top corner, you're going to see the little ticker clock. Okay? That comes into play at the with the methodology that I'm showing y'all, because what's about to happen is I'm about to Cat Williams YouTube, because I've been doing this the whole time. I've been on YouTube and watching YouTube, and observations is everything. When I say y'all forget we can see y'all videos, I really mean it. And now I'm about to empower everybody out here with the same skills, because I love you. So here comes the video again. Ready? Then we're gonna take off. Here we go. Y'all make sure y'all pay attention to this part. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's more than one kind of monkey, and they are monkeys. Okay, I'm about to stop it. I'm gonna give it 30 more seconds. Take a look at what's going on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay. So, what did you observe? Leave it in the comments. This is interactive. Then we're going to do it with fish. So, I'm going to show you while y'all are putting it in there. Who we got in here? Quite a few. This is a copy of a table. Okay? It's a table. Okay? With this table, it'll have the starts and the stops. And that's what's important. Look at that part. That. It's upside down. About now. Yeah, there you go. So it's the starts and the stops. All those are numbered. Okay? This is scientific. This is not something that I would expect someone to do at their house. I'm showing the methodology because if you guys remember, one of the things I said is science is about making observations, recording data, taking measurements, making comparisons. Then you get your results. With your results, those are circulated amongst your peer group, deductions are made, then you can infer that this, and this equals this. What is science? An explanation for natural occurring phenomena that we could otherwise not explain through the taking of meticulous observation, calculations, so on and so forth. That's science. So with that, let's see what we got. Tommy. Let's see what you front and center. All right. So Tommy says Popeye was protecting the group, watching them play and eat, then stood guard against another monkey coming in and waited till it was clear for the group before he went back into the tree. Good. Like, that's what I saw too. And here's how it works, right? So, Tommy, you say he was protecting the group, watching them play and eat, then stood guard against another monkey coming in. So what if I was being the devil's advocate and said, what if he wasn't standing guard against that other monkey? What if he was greeting that other monkey or analyzing friend or foe, threat, if not? So, with that, let's take it to the fish world. You get a live stream, you get the comment section like that, you get one of your lovely YouTube fish enthusiasts like myself, like all of y'all who have channels, and we up here doing our thing, and we make a statement, if you will, and it's innocuous enough, something like, I don't know, every time I put tiger barbs in my tank with plants, they eat them. And somebody in the comments will be like, tiger barbs don't eat plants. And then the other person will be like, yes, they do. And then the next person will chime in and say, I've never seen them eat plants either. Now you got two who say they do, two who say they don't. This is just going on in the chat because I or whoever else doing the stream said, tiger barbs, every time I put tiger barbs in my tank, they eat my plants. Now, how do I correlate this to watching Popeye and observing the monkeys? It's simple. We saw the same thing, in this case, Popeye and his group of monkeys. In the aquarium world, it is tiger barbs, Puntius tetrazona, if I'm not mistaken. Everybody knows what a tiger barb is, who feels as though they have enough gumption clout to infer in the conversation that they do or don't eat plants. Okay? What I would say, what I have said historically is this. Everybody's window of experience is different. Just because you haven't observed something in your small window of the hobby does not mean that you can firmly say this or this does not happen. Number one, it's not objective. Number two, it's not sound. Okay? When I say soundness, let's go back to like philosophy 101. Y'all educated. That's my new thing too for this year is love. I'm not watering it down. No hurry gonna be mad, but I love y'all. Y'all not stupid. Y'all educated. So like for me, I hate it when people try to explain something to me. And because they think that I may or may not have the intellectual capacity or aptitude to understand or properly digest what they are trying to articulate to me, they give me a watered down rendition of said thing that they're trying to correlate. And in doing so, they misinform me. And there's not necessarily malice behind it as much as it is arrogance, a little ego. But what that does is it proves the universal law is true, which is if I go to Taco Bell, which I don't, but if I go to Taco Bell and I order me, what they got Pepsi product, I order me a Pepsi, which I wouldn't, and they give me a diet Pepsi, you can't say, well, you got a Pepsi. No, I did not. I got a diet Pepsi. Okay? I had expectations of a regular one. You gave me an adulterated, bastardized version of this. I am not happy. Okay? Now, let's take that back to what I was saying prior about the Tiger Bar song and so forth. How people can infer things or just say what they want to say based on their feelings, right? So it's observation. It's perception. And then, like I said before, your YouTube subscriber count doesn't equate to knowledge or experience, okay? Especially like when you got these creators admitting, I don't know shit about this. I'm growing it with you. I'm sharing with you. And that's good. That's okay. But it's not them, it's the people. And everybody is not privy to being famous. You know, folks gonna handle that differently. So that's what I mean. I'm not gonna water it down. I'm just gonna shoot it straight. And I can explain. I love y'all enough to explain. If you need me to, ask me. I will do it the best I can. Maybe learn something too from y'all. So with that, these methods, right? The first one is where you look at the whole group. You look at the whole group. You don't pick out one specific individual, right? So I'm looking at this tank of Coptodine Cote in here, right? I'm just looking at the whole tank. Let me see, can y'all see it? Mind the glare. Well, something. I'm gonna look at the whole tank, right? The whole thing. Hardscape, Val, Rockford, fish. Okay. I'm not picking out just one individual, okay? And then on the other method, that's where I'm going to isolate one individual in tanks. I'm just going to see what my Gourami's doing today. Because you got your little community set up, a little semi-aggressive community going. Let me see what the Gourami's doing. Okay? And that's what you're doing. Now, this comes into play because it gets you data centric. Okay? It gets you data centric. Oh, you're good, Jorge. I got this. When I say data centric, this is what I mean. Y'all know how it be when it be quiet. It be quiet. All right? Everybody sleep. Phone ain't ringing. The dogs done shut up. It's quiet. And for whatever reason, you up enjoying your peace, doing like how you do. And that's when you get out the phone and you get to recording. And that's how we get all them videos on YouTube. Y'all know them videos where all you hear is this in the background. Listen. That's it. You hear water trickling, you hear an audible buzz from all your auxiliary equipment, and you hear whoever the hell videotaping it breathing heavy and shit. Now this is before we got the filters, we got the music you can put on there now. We done learned a little bit about microcomputer processing and media and everything. That is when this paperwork come into play. What are you looking at? What are you looking at, right? Man, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why the hell I'm up. It's 83 degrees outside. I got the AC on. It just got through raining. I think that thunder, that heat lightning is what woke me up. And for some reason, I don't know why, these fish in here, they ain't had going ham. I ain't did nothing. I ain't did no water change. I'm not even about to feed right now because it's not time for them to eat. But for some reason, they going stupid. That right there, right? It's that right there that's going to make you pick up your phone. Whatever that is the proof that everybody watching this video already has been doing this the entire time, because the aquarium hobby is 1000% built off of observation. In fact, it is so built off of observation that a niche has been carved out on social media that generates billions of dollars of AdSense revenue for things entirely unrelated because of observation. We observe each other so much that we have changed the way we behave, think, act, even speak, just to be able to get on this platform and others and show people our aquariums. Nobody I know that look like me finna say, "Hey guys, let's go. How you doing today? Come on." Da, da, da. Don't nobody I know. And I caught myself changing. And I said, no. And that's why I told the house, like, bro, all these motherfuckers gonna turn to cartoon characters. But that's that spark though, right? That is the inertia. That's what gets everything going, right? Jeff says it's his favorite way to make a video. He ain't lying. That's what started this whole thing. That's what started it. Is us coming home for whatever reason or something. I don't know. I just got back from Whataburger when it was a respectable dining establishment. And I'm finna eat my patty melt, drink my Dr. Pepper, and pass out because I gotta go to work in the morning. We was just out in the streets. All right. Now I'm up. I done ate my greasy food. I done took me a shower, and I can't just quite crawl in the bed yet because I still got that life in me of the streets. So I wind up looking at my fish because I know A, I ain't got to look at them all day. B, it's quiet. C, they always calm me down and get me to where I can go to sleep. So that's where we're at. You take out your phone, you start recording your aquarium. Like I said, it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 83 degrees outside, but it's 70 something in the house because you got the air on. And it's like heat lightning outside. For some reason, this species is going ham. Like you don't even know if they're breeding or not, but you think they are. So you pull out the phone. Why? Because unbeknownst to you, the whole time you've had those fish, you've been observing them. You've been cataloging their behavior. You've been recording their behavior. You've been understanding to yourself now when they happy, when they not happy. You have established a baseline, is what we call it, a baseline of normalcy in their behavior, to where you become intrigued when it's 83 with the heat lightning, 1 o'clock in the morning, to pull out your phone and begin to record. That right there is observation. So now we take this and we transpose it, right, to where we can put it on the database for Lily. This is how we use the internet and social media to bring the hobby back into the hobby. So it's one of those all the way things, the whole thing goes through. With that, let's do one of a fish aquarium real quick, just so we kind of tie everything together. So I'll make sure y'all track it. But I have a good idea. I've been looking at these comments. Hold on, let me see. I think so. They've been moving. Hold up. Let's see. Silver Creek, Whataburger, even good in a Parker County jail cell. It used to be the people that own Whataburger need to go to jail in Parker County. Sellouts. Jeff, let's see. Did my video? Nah, your video didn't put me on a rant. Not at all. It actually resonates because that's what started Fish Tank social media, bro. People videotaping their fish, putting it on the internet. Once the money came, the motivation changed. Then it wasn't a hobby, It's content producing. Like, it's cool. I ain't here to knock. I'm not here to knock nobody hustle. If you make content with fish, you like it, I love it. It is what it is. I don't do that shit. I'm a hobbyist. Like, I'm holistic, man. I live this life. I don't, yeah, it's good. So let's do one with fish. And let's just use a YouTube video. Why not? And who better? Who wants to volunteer? Anybody with a channel down there that has a fish video, all right? Just fish, very little shenanigans and narration. I will put that video up and we'll pop out that video. How does that sound? I think that's fair. Any takers? Hey, Linda, thank you for coming in. Who in here? Tommy, I know you in here. Jeff, you in here. Let's see. Fish Fan Link is in here. Collab of Curiosities. Watts. Who else is in here? YFI. So if y'all got a channel, volunteer right now. I'll go to your fish video. All right, here we go. The first person to put "I volunteer" in the comments wins. Ha! How about that? See how fast y'all type. And then I'll be over here waiting to pull up a video, and we finna pop out that hoe. Yeah. Who won? See, Jeff, you wasting words. You could have won. Let's see here. Yeah, Jeff, he said he don't narrate. He's not conventional. Well, that's no good thing. Ain't no such thing as conventional. All right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do both of y'all's. We'll do single out method with Tommy, and then we'll do group method with Jeff. Already. I got you. Be safe out there. So let's go to Silver Creek Aquatics. Here we go. And then we're going to Jeff King. I'm actually if I'm different, it's because I am different. I feel great. This whole year is gonna go like this. By the way, why does it keep doing that to me? I just resubscribed to you again, white boy Tommy, because the algorithm kicked me off. It's because I'm double dipping. I'm like, I was double sub to you, actually triple with Fish Plenty Moss. So here is Tommy's channel. Let's do it like this so y'all can see. How's that? Here's Tommy's channel. Let's do let's go to his videos. All right. Puppy dog. Painting. Oh, cool. Rope tallow with Leaky. Let's get a tank here. All right, let's do this one. This looks perfect. Molly's. Fair enough. Let's get into the meat of it. All right. There's that. And I'm going to mute it. Boom. So. See that? How is that? Can y'all see that well? So with this one, let's do a single out method. And we're going to single out the Pterophyllum scalare in the front. We're going to understand that he is interacting with the fish. We're gonna guess. So this is science. So We got to put every variable that we can observe into the situation when we make these observations to get the most reliable, tangible data. You want the best data that you can use moving forward. Okay, so we're factoring the fact that he is interacting with the fish. That is going to change their behavior. We're going to factor in that it is dark and or that he has the lights off. We're going to infer that because he is in there interacting with the aquarium, that their behavior is indicative of that. I don't know if this is their baseline behavior or not, which is a good thing, because this is how most often it happens with observations. I'm gonna make it bigger if I can. I'm gonna zoom in. It's on there. There, that's a lot better. And what's a stupid zoom button? I can't find it. Oh well. In any case, continuing. Now, where's that Pterophyllum scalari, the angelfish? Where'd he go? See what I'm saying? Let's rewind it, because I don't think anybody caught that. I just pushed it back a little bit. Okay, there he is right there in the front, in the middle, on what would be my right-hand side. Okay, now let's factor in other things. Let's look at this aquarium. Look at the setup. Okay, look at the hardscape. Look at how it's set up to where it's maximum room, and there's structure in there. There's plants in there, but was it conducive to? And if you're looking for the angelfish, he went to the back. He was in the top left corner. Now he's cruising that back wall right over there by the Vallisneria. In fact, he is in the Vallisneria right now in the center. Do you see how, with my apparent ADD, I was able to talk about the layout of the tank, the hardscape, etc., and seamlessly keep track of that angelfish and tell you right where he was? I want y'all to follow that. So, again, going back into looking at this aquarium, look at it. Look at the mix of fish. Now, what we know about Pterophyllum scalari, see, he's interacting with them now. We know where they come from in the wild. We know all the things that we air quote know because of data being collected, being compiled and disseminated through the hobby. On the biology side, because ichthyology needs to know what a Pterophyllum scalari is, and then on the hobby side, because we need to know what an angelfish is. Not a Pomus intraday, but saltwater. Pterophyllum. Okay, so there's Tommy's video right there. Let's rap about that real quick, and then I'm going to go to Jeff's video. So, So he said there was a pleco in there and a pearl gourami also. Okay. But we was looking at the angelfish. So when I say what I said about, think about that. Where do angelfish come from? What habitat? Excuse me, so on and so forth, etc. What I'm inferring is the behavior exhibited in this captive aquarium reared specimen, is it indicative to the baseline behavior of what we know and or would expect from the Pterophyllum scalari or the angelfish? Those things. And then you start breaking it down. And this gives me an opportunity to explain myself, because I don't want people to think I'm a jerk. So like when I say I don't gotta live in the MF, the fish do, that was the science part. You see what I'm saying? Well, I can't expect to take a fish that's used to living in dense cover, dense vegetation, flooded timber, so on and so forth, etc., and put it in a tank with no structure whatsoever and a bright ass light, just because I want to see it, then be mad as hell when it die, and then I take my wrath out on everybody else instead of taking the accountability of saying, I may have killed this fish. I'm gonna pause right there. If you don't know that, if you don't speak the language, how could you? How could you? Like if you didn't know that you may have killed that fish, of course you're gonna replace it with emotions, and you finna fire out. You taking that damn fish back up there to the stove, and you're not learning aquarium hobby. You learning capitalism. Where's your water test? No, there's no liability, right? Peep game. I said capitalism because it's a hobby. I'm gonna say that again. It's a hobby, which means it is up to the individual hobbyist to educate, research, and grow. Okay? That's it. There's nothing else to infer. It's a hobby. It's on you. Now, I'll say you get indoctrinated into capitalism because most people go into aquariums, and I'm gonna say exotic companion animals. They go into them with the same mentality of a dog, a cat, or a hamster. And I hate to say hamster because a hamster is a specialized creature as well. They're hardy. That's why they've been exploited. Nonetheless, they take their water test and boom, boom, and oh, look at this, your nitrates, your nitrites, boom, that's capitalism. You don't know you just got Shanghai because the idiot, I said it, the idiot took a sample out the bag that the dead fish was in. And you, being upset, you just want your damn fish back. You believe them. Then y'all go to arguing. I want to speak to the manager. There you go. It's people, like I get clients. It's like, I just want to make sure I didn't do something wrong, and they just start rattling off all this stuff, my pH, my this, my that, the boom, the boom, the wop, and I'm like, bro, stop. You're not gonna impress me. I don't care. The fish is dead and you don't know why. I'm going to say that again. The fish is dead and you don't know why. What are you trying to impress me for? What do you want, a hug? You want to go out to lunch? You want me to buy you a beer? Again, your fish is dead and you don't know why. And you're over here trying to impress me, regurgitating some stupid bullshit that you heard some other idiots say wherever you heard them say it. I digress. So, you got to talk capitalism. Whereas, here go me. This the hobby. Every other Saturday, we jump up on here and we get our hobby on. Done data. There's no indoctrination into capitalism. There's nobody to blame. Zero ego, 100% unbridled passion, enthusiasm, and that eagerness to learn and grow in the hobby. That's the difference. It's not a transaction. It's a hobby. It is something that you invest your time into for whatever reasons, to grow, to learn, to relax, whatever. And that is what we're doing here with Fish Planting Moss. That's what I'm doing over on Warrior Planet Tanks. We're building a coalition, a following, where what if there was somewhere for the hobbyists to go, where there was objective, reliable information, where we can interject idea, thought, experience, cultivate it to grow. So there's that experience right there. Meaning, take the water sample out of the bag, the fish is in the bag, decaying, increasing the ammonia, nitrate, so on and so forth. And all that stuff is going to be through the roof. Right. Why? Because with capitalism, they can exploit the unfair advantage that they have of accessibility. Like, they got the numbers. They sell fish, so like it's no big deal. And job security. I'm having a brain fart, but it's a phenomenon. Basically, if you listen to the old timers, right? The old timers will say, boy, they don't make them like they used to. Nothing don't last no more. You know, or my people, they be like, the stuff, it's like they built it with an expiration date on purpose. And in studying and learning, it's orchestrated obsolescence to where things must be, if it's not obsolete, then that just doesn't fit the capitalist model. Well, the same thing is in the aquarium hobby. Same thing. To where there's a certain amount of obsolescence built into it. And this is bad. It's bad because we're dealing with living creatures. It would be different if it was some inert thing like this coffee mug, right? My Navy coffee cup, I do need to rinse it off. But if it was built into it, like, I don't know, per average, we heated this cup up to hot ass coffee temperature 1,200 times, okay? Some of them made it to 2,000. Some of them didn't make it to 8. But on average, 1,200 of these some bitches, 1,200 of them made it to coffee temperature. So, am I the lucky SOB who get one of the ones who made it to 2,000? Or do I get one that only made like 800-900? You feel me? So that's built into it, but it's a living creature, right? the foundation of knowing, like common sense, knee-jerk stuff. The same thing that got you up at 1 o'clock in the morning with the phone when it's 83 outside, heat lightning, so on and so forth. That part, right? And it's those observations that I use and I have used historically. That's what built this whole foundation. Knowing better. Knowing better. Like I'm the oldest of my siblings, and I got a lot of them you should have known better whoopings. And I didn't know that that's what it was. It was accountability. It was all that responsibility, all the itties. I didn't know that. So it stuck to me, and it's applicable to every echelon of life, right? To where I don't like being lied to. I don't like being taken advantage of. I damn sure don't like not knowing something. Uh, the biggest one is I take everything with a grain of salt. I trust, but I verify. That's how I roll. So that's where I'm at with us as hobbyists getting that baseline of knowledge. Because again, I know it pissed some people off because a bunch of people dropped out of here when I started telling the truth. If your fish died, you don't know why. And you still over here trying to regurgitate some bullshit to me to impress me. I'm going to say it again. I don't care. I stand on it. Because we finna help these babies get in that jungle. So there's that one with that is getting that baseline of knowledge, right? The stuff that's in the books is already in the books. You ain't got to argue with nobody about that. And yes, there is a formal way to challenge a scholar. And it ain't that deep because it's a hobby, like I said. But yes, there is a formal way to challenge a scholar. Like, hey, professor, I know you've been doing this since, my daddy was swimming around in his daddy's testicles, but based on your research, which I have a love and appreciation for, I found something. Well, let me interject this new idea to you. Yeah, go see how that works. So there's that one. Let's go to Jeff Kane. And we're going to watch the whole group. And then we're going to do a mock one. All right. Jeff Kane. Here we go. I just want to catch a smallmouth, man. You northerners, man, I'm trying to tell you. All right. He's got a lot of videos too. Let's find a good one. Oh, this is a good one. But it's only one daggum fish. We said we was gonna do the whole tank. Oh, this is a good one right here. It's only 15 seconds, but it'll work. All right, y'all. Here we are. I'm sorry. All right. So, let me go back. There we go. All right. Let's take a look at that. It's only 15 seconds. I'm going to play it a couple times. Y'all tell me what y'all observe. All right. Power of observation is the name of this stream, baby. One more time. This is Corydoras pygmaeus, pygmy chorus. Very lovely, Jeff. Kudos to you for that. It's dope. Very lovely. Okay. Okay. One more time. Then I'm going to nerd out. Let's play some sound. We're going to do it one more time. 15 seconds. Look at that. And that's the whole group. Remember what's in the baseline behaviors. Baseline behaviors. Okay. I'm pausing it. I just didn't want nobody else's video playing on my thing. Okay. So, we're talking about those baseline behaviors. Funk said none of them are at the bottom. They are all swimming mid-tank. There you go. Thank you, Jason. Tell me why you felt the need to say bottom and mid. I'm gonna infer that when people think of Corridorus, they think of bottom dwelling fish, benthopelagic. Here, let's put a Funk's comment up. Let's do a split screen. All right. So, can y'all see that? Yeah. Look at what. We'll play it again. Hold on. Technology. Turn that off. And then, what's the play button? Why is YouTube like that? Y'all remember where you could just put something on a loop? You could repeat it. You could do all that stuff. You know? Like, I do not understand why they always got to mess with stuff. Like, you could put a video on a continuous loop and just play it over and over again. Let's see. The autoplay's on. Good. So take a look at these guys. All right. Can I loop it? Yeah. Loop. Oh, good. All right, it's looping. So, see, here's what he's inferring. He's saying fish with barbels and flat bellies are normally bottom dwellers. Well, are they? There's a lot of fish with the whiskers that don't live on the bottom. I mean, gouramis they have dingly danglies. And that's what I'm saying. He's right. But that word right there, right, is what is. Y'all, please excuse my French and babies. I don't have no other word that's going to convey it. Bro, that's what's fucking up this whole thing. All right? That's what's fucking up this whole thing. Objectivity. Okay? I'm going to be grown. I don't care about your damn feelings. Okay? People, if you don't get over your damn self behind some silly bullshit that really don't have nothing to do with nothing. Like, he said I was wrong. No one said you were wrong. No one cares. Objectivity. Because we can talk about dingly danglies. See? It ain't about wrong or right. It's about what you observe. And how can you correlate your observations in a tangible manner so that other people can share those observations with you. That's it. So, while we got the video looping, make it bigger. That's what she said. Make it bigger. So, let me get this thing. Let me get that off of there. Damn you, Jason. Love you. Now, look at these behaviors. Let's talk fish talk now. Like, what would we do? What would we do? I'm gonna pull up to the ichthyology website, okay? And I'm gonna talk about Corydoras pygmaeus, okay? I'm gonna start saying the behaviors that I observe. Okay. How do I start writing? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody listening to this, it's one of them things to where it's cool as long as your homies gassing you up. It's cool as long as y'all can hear my crazy ass over here hollering on the video. It's cool as long as you got your buddy over there to put his or her hand on your shoulder and give you that pat of assurance and solidarity. But when you by yourself and you get ready to engage, some of us have more confidence than others. Some of us have no confidence, and then you got some motherfuckers on YouTube with too much confidence. And you in there shaking, and you in there tap dancing in your computer chair, you know, and you in there, you got the, like you done just seen a trophy butt walk across your deer stand. So, with that, you freak out, and you don't write nothing, and you rage quit, and you close the damn computer, you say to hell with it, and turn off your phone. You just say, fuck it, I ain't doing nothing. And then you end up on YouTube anyway, watching fish videos anyway, to where you mad at your shit because your shit don't look like they shit, and you disgusted, and you don't want to observe, and you don't want to write nothing down because you don't think what you contribute is worth nothing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I haven't been. I'm gonna be brutal. Like, I'm about to divulge something unpleasant. You absolutely right. You ain't got nothing. You can't compare to them. Your shit ain't gonna never look like this. Let me tell you why. You don't have pet store. You don't have unlimited access to aquarium fish. You don't have an unlimited revenue stream. You don't have access to the material, the media, none of that. You are working your job, scrounging the money off of your paycheck where you can, how you can, going to the local mom and pop pet store or the big box, whichever one, wherever you live, trying to take that little $20 and back it up against Hemigrammus rhodostomus, retail price no less than $7-8 a piece, because you saw a wonderful Amazon Blackwater aquascape that had rhodostomus in it, and you gonna recreate it. Not happening. Not happening. You're not putting it's not happening. It goes to being realistic. What does that do? Well, it does maximum damage. It does maximum damage. Let me tell you why. I don't give two shits about some unrealistic Canadian or some unrealistic American or some unrealistic whoever doing sensationalist nonsense for views. That's entertainment, baby. It's okay. There's a place for it. And anybody that brings happiness to people, without hurting nobody else, hey, salute you. But that's not what we here for. Okay? So while you sitting over there depressed because your shit don't look like that shit, you got a whole damn tub, 40 breeder, bucket, vesicle, I don't care what, full of something with babies. You can touch on them. You can, when I say touch on them, meaning you can interact with these things and get positive results from your energy investment. That's what I mean when I say touch on it. Like when I say let me touch on it, that's what I mean. Okay? So, I'd much rather hear about that than see some bullshit. That's what it is. I'm speaking for myself though, y'all. Tangible information that I value, that I appreciate. Why? You observed it. You just shared it with me. I get to pair your observation with my observation. Go bots, baby. That's what. And this is where I say that ego crap. Oh, he said don't and she said do. That's what's fucking up everything. All right. Back to the Corys now and Aquafunk's observation. Okay, which was a damn good one. It couldn't have been better. I'm gonna put it back up. That right there. That epitomizes everything that I have just got through talking about. It epitomizes it to the fact of we gotta make sure that when we say something, it's not about just the objective observation no more. It's about the objective observation plus making sure you say it right, you put the right buzzwords and keywords in there so people leave your ass alone. This is how I tell my son. I say, son, you are idling. It's like, huh? I said, you are idling. He said, how so? I said, you are smart, MF. You the idle. The water around you is the people, and they the dumb MFers. Okay? You can't tell them nothing because they don't have the wherewithal or the capacity to understand it. Anyway, they just gonna keep lapping up against your shoreline, eroding it until they consume you and you become a part of the seafloor. I said you don't want that. You always have to refortify. And here, refortify, build it, make levees, make embankments, do what you gotta do. But don't you ever worry about the tide of stupidity inundating you. Why? Because you have a solid foundation that is substantial. We're talking about substance. It's like when big homie Yvonne came on and he was talking about making it dignified again. Man, that for real though, and it resonates deeply, right? So let's look at the homie Jason. Let's look at the homie Aquafunk, right? He had to make concessions in this innocuous statement. He had to make concessions. Why? Because you had a bunch of fish police people with their egos in front of the objective science. Now, anybody with eyes can see that these fish are hovering mid-tank. But there's always going to be that one jackass who says, no, it's not mid-tank, it's upper bottom. And I'll be like, bring your face here. Bring your face here. That's why he wrote that way. That's why it's all cryptic and shit. Like, why did he even have to mention the bottom? Anybody with eyes can see that the bottom ain't got nothing to do with the position of these Corydorus pygmaeus. Nothing. And this is how the internet has molded everyone to not trust themselves, to where we have this self-deprecating BS that we do, where we shit all over ourselves, thinking that it's gonna get us somewhere with whoever. Look, I'm putting it to you like this here. I stay in this son bitch by myself. It is what it is. I cry my tears. I do what I gotta do to stay out of jail for violence. If I gotta change who I am, much less be self-deprecating, to be in, if that's the price of being in your presence, well, that's a gift you can keep, and you can kiss my ass on the way out, and I stand on that. So that's where I'm at, along the lines of the self-censorship. We got eyes, we can see. He called it. These are that they're all hovering in a loose school in the middle of the aquarium. Now, here's where the nerding comes, and it's not a tangent, it's not a rant. All this is necessary. We can't even get to the science because we can't get past people's fucking emotions, okay? We are cultivating this space to where we get to the science and it's objective. Let me show you. How homie Jason say none of them are at the bottom, they all swim in mid-tank. Okay, that is true. And then I could infer to Jason, I'm gonna do it in real life. So Funk, if you're listening, answer me back. I could then infer, yeah, they are all mid-level. And do you see how they are relative to the structure? Do you see how they're all positioned relative to the structure in a loose shoal? Do you see that too? And is it yay or nay? We just made an observation together. Like, that's how it works. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not about me having to censor myself and say put the appeasement in it. If you gotta appease somebody, you're not doing science. You're not doing science. And it's a whole other different shit, like self-help books, and now they even got a camp where you can hit yourself and say, I'm a man, and they push you down in the mud and stuff. Like, whatever it takes, you know. Nature gave us bullies, but that wasn't good enough. So, that is one way of making the observations. So now that we've made our observations, me and the homie Jaden looked at this thing and said, they call them corridors. It is a pygmy core. We see the barbels. We see everything indicative of what would be a benthopelagic bottom dweller fish. However, for some reason, absolutely, Jeff, for some reason, these ones all seem to be positioning themselves in the middle of the tank, and they all seem to be relating to the structure. Not necessarily schooling, but what we would call a loose shoal. And then Funk be like, I'm picking on you today, Jay, because I know I can. Funk be like, there you go with your big words again, Steve. What the hell is a shoal? And I say, don't trip, I got you. And I do this. Get on the Google machine, you know what I'm talking about? And I type in the word shoal. Gotta spell it right. Yeah, done. And then it comes on the Google machine, shoal, and I click it and share this tab right here, right? Shoal. This is AI now. Cool. Can y'all see that? Yeah, good. So it says it right there. Boom. Shoal has shoal has multiple definitions. Okay. Oh, well, I didn't know that. Damn, they got one too now. Son of a bitch. So, there's that. There's a shoal. Does it say anything about fishing here? No. So, do you stop digging? Well, if you were trying to prove your point because you ain't got no self-esteem because you're a chicken shit motherfucker, yeah. And you rub it in their face hard. But we not here for that. So you make sure. You make sure. Just to make sure. Huh. And then you look. And voila. It says it. Wait on my slow internet. In biology, a shoal is a group of fish that stay together for social reasons. They're often temporary groups of different species that hang out together. They may or may not move or behave in unison, but they may come together to benefit from safety in numbers. For example, fish may form a shoal to avoid being eaten by a larger predator. Well, since we on the Google machine, me and Jay gonna be, well, shit, what's the difference between a shoal and a school? And then we can deduce from the fact that it's already here, we ain't the only people who've thought of this before. And we look on it, see? And wait for it to do what it does. All right. Here we are. St. Joseph's University, their biology department. Seems decent. All right, let's see what they have to say. All right. People often refer to a group of fish as a shoal, or as a school, although this term is Not precisely correct. A school is a group of fish that swim together in a synchronized fashion, moving in the same direction at the same speed and turning simultaneously. To be called a school, a group of fish must demonstrate all of these rather complex behavioral patterns. The word shoal, on the other hand, is the term for any simple social grouping of fish. In short, any group of fish is a shoal, but not all shoals demonstrate the properties of a school. Okay, let's go back to his video. And armed with that knowledge, and let's look at these Corydoras pygmaeus again. And let's see what we got. Check that out. So, I use the homie Jay because we do this shit in real life. We do this in real life. By the way, like, hey, what's this, what's that? And we argue. It's not arguing though. It's inferring opinions. We just making our inferences. That's it. It ain't, but ain't no, there's no emotions in it. Okay? There's no emotions in it whatsoever. So now that you're armed with a definition of what a school is versus a shoal from a accredited source, St. Joseph's University Biology Department, that's pretty accredited, you can look at them again. What does this have to do with documenting the stuff for the database? Well, I'm going to tell you. This is how you get your confidence, okay? This goes back to what I was animated about a few moments before, along the lines of you up here mad because your stuff don't look like they stuff. And baby, it won't. It will never look like theirs. And that's okay. So you get ready to do it, and you get a writer's block, you have a brain fart, and then you just get flat out discouraged and you don't write anything. And then when you do write it, you don't trust what you write. You don't trust what you write. And that leads to rabbit holes of getting back on YouTube because you need that validation. You just need somebody to let you know you right. Please change your mentality. This is science. What y'all need to understand is ain't nobody right. We all experiencing this together. We have institutions in place that we have mutually designated as viable sources. These institutions have been through the rigors and they are held to a standard. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say that there's this utopian world, right, that exists where everybody's just this shining beacon of objectivity and just love. No, of course not. What I'm inferring is when we don't trust ourselves, it is detrimental. It's detrimental to the whole thing. Okay? Along the lines of something so innocuous like the word shoal versus the word school, right? So we're on YouTube. And of course on YouTube, it's not your intellectual capacity, your actual tangible experience. It's how many subs and followers you got, right? So let's just say you got some big YouTuber on and everybody in the comments sucking his nuts. trying to get something free. I don't care. I'm tired of the shit. Everybody in there just lavishing them. Well, fellation me, peasant. They in there doing that. And it go on like the interactionary stuff. And this specific scenario come up, right? And I'll pick on myself. So I'll pop in and I'll be like, I'm enthused. I want to play too. And the cat will pose the question, right? And then everybody answering the question. And then I don't say school, I say show. Nah, everybody turn around and try to correct me. It's not show, it's school. And whoopty whoop, the YouTuber see all the commotion in the comments, and he go over there and he see it, and he the end all be all, he the authority on that shit. Yeah, it's a school, it's not a show, something completely, or I'm not waste time on it, and they move on. That is called deflection, okay? Pull up in my shit, ask me a question. I ain't gonna deflect you. Half of y'all, I got y'all phone numbers and have had them for years because I do not deflect. That's where I'm at with that. Did anybody look though? Did anybody take the time to see if the accurate information is being presented? No, because it wasn't about presenting accurate information. It's about getting up here, inflating my ego, and having all these cats in the comments fillet me for something free. But if I was a responsible, honest God, I would simply say, hold on, y'all. We not here for that. Y'all play nice. And I would do something like this. And I would pull up research. And I wouldn't just stop, like I showed y'all, on the first thing that pops up. I'll go all the way back. One more. Right here. One more. Right here. Here we are. So we type it in, because we Google fighting. This ain't got nothing to do with the advancement of science, objectivity, observation, the human race, nothing. This got to do with I'm right, you wrong, bullshit. Well, put your money where your mouth is. Google it. And we go. And you type in the word show, and AI pops up with this. And this is the first thing you see, right? Show have multiple definitions. So me over here, I'm like, see, it has multiple definitions. And then the other cat is like, but I don't see one about fish. And that's it. That's the end of it. That's the end of the discussion. I'm closing the Google machine and I'm rubbing it in your face. Don't you ever try to correct me again about anything, you peasant, with your less than a thousand. Get monetized and then come talk to me. And then you close the computer and everybody in the peanut gallery lavishes you well, with lavender and vanilla. Just adorns your body with that shit. No, that's not how it works. Because you keep looking. You say, well, you just put in the word show, put fish in and see what happens. Okay. Well. Okay. And then the definition for show comes up. And the part that's highlighted is highlighted. And then they're still like, see? Social reason. That's not what they doing. It's not right. I'm like, no. You keep digging? It's like, no, there's got to be more. Boom. So we end up here at the Fisheries Research Department at St. Joseph's University. And then we go into some real literature that was tested and has been through the rigors and so on and so forth. And we even come across this. Look at this. Okay. Right here. Boom. There you go. There you go. So let me back out just a hair. Boom. Fisheries research at the Biodiversity Laboratory. Okay. And then the first thing it says is it gives you just a brief layman's synopsis, not too technical, so you can understand what a shoal is juxtaposed to a school, and it then infers rules. Here's the rule. That's the rule. That is the rule. Don't care about how you feel about it. I don't care about your opinion, your conjecture, anything. That is the rule. That is the mutually agreed upon rule. When you see this word, shoal, you understand this rule. Any simple social grouping of fish. Any group of fish is a shoal, but not all shoals demonstrate the properties of a school. Okay. I beat that one down. I did. Not gonna lie. It's all good though. I did. I beat that one to death. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. It's little innocuous stuff like that. It's little innocuous stuff like that that get us stuck. That impedes the progress of the hobby, the growth of the hobby. It's little stuff like that. To where most of the time, the first thing that pops into your mind usually is correct. Especially if you have a love for it, you've read on it, you're an enthusiast, you're passionate about this stuff. And, you done learned a few things on the way and spent a few dollars doing it. But because of this new setting called the internet, social media, there's all these other caveats that are interjected into it. Like, I don't know if you're a 19-year-old kid sitting behind your icon, or if you are, drunk, living in a trailer full of cats with holes in the floor and shit. I don't know. But the people, they can get on there and they can just put all this vitriol out there. What does it do? What does it do? You start second guessing yourself. And you don't contribute. You don't engage in the comments no more. Then you don't even watch live streams no more of that YouTuber. And then, before you know it, you have been sucked in, right? To the Young and the Restless, the drama. Because it ain't about the fish, it ain't about ichthyology, biology, or any of that. It's about people and drama. Nothing more, nothing less. This is the reason for this stream. The name, the title alone, the power of observation. Okay? The power of observation, to where do you second guess? Why are you second guessing yourself when you looking at your fish in your aquarium with your eyes in your home? They're yours. Why are you second guessing yourself? Don't second guess yourself. This is why I encourage everyone to contribute with what Lily is doing, what me and George have agreed to. However we can support it, we will. Don't second guess yourself, because this is why. Funk, you center stage again. When Funk said what he said when we were doing the group observation, this right here. Man, when I saw that, it just woof, right? None of them at the bottom. They all swimming mid-tank. If you know fish, if you do fish, like I could decipher that. That's cryptic. That's cryptic. And because he was trying to get it out fast and not put a bunch of words in there because you got a character limit, so on and so forth, and he wanted to contribute before the moment passed, he said that none of them at the bottom. They are all swimming mid-tank. I'm going to decipher that for you. They Corydoras, and a Corydoras is a catfish. Most Corydoras that I've seen live on the bottom. And you never see them in a group like that. And they're always active, rooting around and stuff. But I see these. They're all shoulder together, mid-tank. But I can't just necessarily put that, because I have to make sure the people know that I'm not a dumbass, and I know that Corydoras, catfish, anything with a flat belly and whiskers, typically benthopelagic, they live on the bottom. Cool. Emotions is what drive that right there. This is why Jorge is always on my ass telling me, Steve, they don't know what you know. Like, you gotta explain it. Everybody, not you. It's because I'm objective. It's what I alluded to at the beginning of this stream when I said I'm not watering it down. I love y'all. I hate it when somebody try to explain something to me, and because they think that I don't have the aptitude or capacity to understand it undiluted, they water it down. And in watering it down, they mess the whole thing up. So I get nothing. That's why. That's why. Making sure people know that you XYZ. Well, that's not objective. If I'm making character judgments about a person based on their ability or inability to regurgitate empirical data, well, what does that say about me as a person, first of all? And secondly, I don't think anybody should make concessions for things, formulate opinions without all the facts. In fact, I think Clifford says it's foolish to do so. Something to that effect. You got to have all the information, or as much information possible, and still you have to scrutinize your inferences. So with that, there goes the phenomenon of social media, and what I call the peanut gallery, like how they eviscerate people, right? So I'm looking at Jeff's tank of the Pygmy Corys. Here, let's get it up. So we're looking at these Pygmy Corys. We got it on loop here. And let's look at his comment and how it's relevant. And we're talking about observations, Funk. So none of them at the bottom. They're all swimming mid-tank. Now we can nerd out, like I said, of they are swimming mid-tank. And I noticed that they are all relating to the structure, which means they're all hovering around the structure. Very little synchronized movement. This behavior, based on what we read, this behavior is indicative of what would be considered shoaling behavior. Okay? I keep beating this one up because everybody can be wrong. And it's not about right or wrong, inaccurate. It's a lot of information. Sometimes you misspeak, or sometimes you think you said this word, but another word came out your mouth. That doesn't mean you're an idiot, and I don't think you should waste calories trying to explain to people, oh, no, I was having a brain fart. I'm sorry, y'all. I've never. It's just the apathy, it's the apologeticness to where it's like people getting on the internet talking about, I'm sorry guys, I haven't been posting, my dog died, my rooster got hit by a truck, my basement caved in, like, you know, I don't know, we're eating off of paper plates because the dishwasher's broke. Bro, nobody cares. Nobody cares. But that will make somebody who has been reading books since, I don't know, they were 4 about fish, second guess themselves, because like I said on my channel with Lily, we're not genetically inclined to take a good old-fashioned shunning. We don't have it. We can't take being rejected from the organism. And it's because of that. So that's why what will happen is the incorrect information. And when I say incorrect, I'm not using hyperbole. I mean literally incorrect. Not researched, not substantiated. It's only conjecture, if that makes sense. So we correct ourselves, and the incorrect information starts to become the knee-jerk reaction. Let the church say amen, and everybody follows suit. That's what happens. Capitalism gets wind of that, and they can create a solution for any problem that this misinformation may or may not have caused. Last time I checked, that was called flawed by design. So let's do this. Let's do a sample write-up on Corydorid pygmaeus, so I can show y'all that it is okay to put what you put. The true research, your contribution is just as cherished as anyone else's. And you don't have to have a display gallery and a storage shed in your backyard to be able to contribute. You just need something with water in it and an organism, preferably still with the heartbeat. But we need to know stuff about when they died too. So let's do a mock-up one of the video with the chorus. I'm just trying to pull up a Google Doc, and my computer's going slow. Let me do this. So far, in the comments, I want to hear from you guys. If you guys could share some experiences and or opinions, rather, on y'all see, y'all know it, you feel it, but for whatever reason, you just kind of throw it in the back, like, ah, ain't no big deal. But it really do bother you. So share some of that with me, if you would, while I get this doc ready. There you go. That's a good one. Look at your boy Tommy, what he has to say. And that's a valid point. But I'm gonna bring something up in that. All right. So Tommy says, I've been guilty of not doing my lives, but dang, I want them to be of substance, not just flapping my jaws. I want it to be worth something. God damn it, little bro. You've been hanging out with me too much. But we're supposed to grow together, so this has been my latest epiphany. It was my internet, Mandy. It should be good now. Let me know if it's not with the audio, y'all. So the last part right here where he says, I want it to be worth something. Well, that word worth is subjective. So I'm going to counter that statement with a question. It's to you, Tommy, but it's applicable to all of us. What's it worth to you? What's it worth to you? How much do you value it? The answer to that, that's where your heart is. What's it worth to you? I remember I told Big Bro, Big Hank, it's like right when I had first got out the Navy, I was getting ready to get out the Navy. I was still in Virginia, but I was getting ready to come down here. But I told him, I was like, bro, I don't want to make ratchet videos. I used a different word, but it was an epithet that I'd rather not say on the internet. But that was my that's how I felt. I wanted to make stuff that was of substance, and my motivation for that was simply, if people gonna spend their time watching something I put on the internet, well, I want it to be of substance. I want them to enjoy it, if you will. And I know that's the frequency you on right here with this comment, Tommy. You know what I'm saying? And That's why I'm asking you. What's it worth to you? That's the answer to your question. Now, here's the caveat. That's what I'm saying. If it's valuable to you, then go and post it. Don't do it. Go live. If it's not, there's your answer. There's your answer. So that same thing goes to the contributing your data to the database. What's it worth to you? Just because you don't place a high value on it doesn't necessarily mean that it has no value. And you cannot look at something that you have and then try to base its value off of something similar that somebody else had. No. None of that has anything to do with science or objectivity or being able to say a guppy is a guppy, Poecilia reticulata, right? Well, none of that stuff would have got written down if everybody was arguing and fighting over emotionally driven nonsense. Hey, the scholarly world is full of egos. Everybody wants something named after them, or they want something, in their memory. However, I will say, because of the discipline and the objectivity, the carrot is immortality and contributing to the world. Okay, cool. But what we get on a larger scale is science, technology, but more importantly, we get a catalog of information that we can use. So I got this Google Doc up. I'm going to jump on it and we're going to go back and forth. Okay. With this. So this is what I do. I just pull up a Google Doc. Okay. Now, let's also open back up, or we don't even have to. We can use the comments. We're going to zoom in on this. And this is what I do. Like, for real. I do this. And then I click it and I talk. So let's see if it'll work while I'm live streaming. I don't know. Hey, do you work? I guess it don't work on the live stream. Womp womp womp. All right, let's try again. Hello, do you work? No, it don't. It's because StreamYard uses my microphone. So, let's do this then. Okay, it's doing something, but I'm not sure. So, I go on there, I click on the voice to type right there, this little icon. I'm showing y'all. Thank you, Mandy. Okay, so you click on this little thing right here. It says it didn't hear that. Nobody cares about your lies. And you can talk in it. All right. Let me delete this. What was one of the first things Aquafunk said? And I'm gonna show y'all how I do it. He said, they're swimming in the middle, not the bottom. So okay, swimming mid tank level. What else did we see? They were in a large, loosely knit shoal. So they were in a shoal. Nope. Boom. So what else were they doing? Did I spell that? Oh no. Um, they were relating to the structure. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I like to hunt and fish too. And a lot of y'all country boys, rednecks, bassmasters, I don't give a damn. Y'all know what this means. Relating to structure. And this is what kills me is people don't understand that a dog is a dog is a dog is a dog. All right? Fish is a fish is a fish is a fish. The same terminology, the same definitions, the same everything is applicable. Once again, I always say this, being a piece of shit is a choice. And anytime you put your BS in front of whatever it is you supposed to be doing, you ain't doing it for that. You doing it for you. So just, food for thought. So these things are interchangeable. They the different ways you would come across using it. Like fish behavior, if I'm trying to fill my freezer up, it's the same fish behavior that if I'm trying to do a breeding program for a, vulnerable species or critically endangered species and I'm trying to reestablish it back in the wild. Okay, so relating to the structure, what else did we see? Saw hovering movement. Okay. I saw when they did move, I saw them like pecking order type. They like jostle for position. Okay. Did anybody else see that? Yep, exactly. Like this whole show is about Lily's in. So, did anybody see them like with the pecking order? Like I saw that, like them jostling around for position. Uh, okay. Now, when you come to stuff like this, right? Wait, it's big. Because I'm about to jump off. I'm just doing this as an example. I just want y'all to get the skeleton. So, like, I come across stuff like this. And sometimes this is just me because I hold myself to a standard. When I say, well, like for my personal notes, this is good, but there's got to be a more professional way to say jostling for position. So I'm going to jump on here on the Google machine and I'm going to type in this. But another way to describe jostling for jostling in a group. right? There you go. Y'all can see that. What is another way to describe jostling in a group? Let's see what the Google machine tells us. Some words. All right. Pushing, squeezing, shoving, elbowing, jamming, pressing, crashing, shouldering, bulldozing, muscling. Okay. And then I start learning. Okay. So, then I look at examples. So I'll go through these examples. Let's just pick one. And I mean, this just makes you like better at stuff anyway. So let's pick a match. Let's do scramble. Why not? It's a noun. And then it'll give me some stuff. Conglomerate. That's a good one. Competition, commotion, mishmatch, muddle. Okay. Verb. Here we go. Here's what we need. Swarm, scramble, hasten, vie. This is good. So they're vying for position. That's good. That's a good word. There we go. See, now we're cooking with some grease, baby. Look at that. Because this is applicable, right? Let me go back to the Google Doc. Hold on. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. Like, are they jostling? Okay. So I'm not going to take that off. I'm just going to put this. And I'm going to put V-I-E. And then, for me, it's like do your notes. Comma, and I say question, because I want to research it. I'm not saying cut and dry that that's what they was doing, but I feel like I want to start trying to justify that behavior. And on my trail, I want to start right here with this pecking order part. Pecking order slash hierarchy. All right. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. It's like, bro, you on the internet trying to talk smart. You better spell that shit right. And I did. Woo! Celebrate. So there's that, right? And then, like I said, you're gonna jump back to your resources. So then I'm gonna go over here. And I'm gonna go to this accredited, documented joint right here. Showing behavior in fish to be gone to school must demonstrate all of these rather complex patterns. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Well, they wasn't doing that. They wasn't. No, they wouldn't. No, they wasn't doing none of that. Okay, so we confident they were showing. Now, why and how? What do they got to say about it, right? Food acquisition. This is perfect. All right, right there, right there. So, with respect to food acquisition, it has been shown that fish and shoals find food faster, spend more time feeding. Okay. Well, Jeff wasn't feeding them at that time, so we can keep going. Okay. With respect to mate acquisition, often results in groups of fish, same species, making it easier for males and females to find each other. Well, I don't know if they was mating or not mating. It didn't look like it, but they was kind of being a little been a little rambunctious. All right. So for both food acquisition and mate acquisition, larger numbers of fish should lead to increased benefits. Therefore, it's not surprising that fish typically choose large shoals over small shoals. Okay. There's that. We're still looking for trying to kind of get some science behind why they were being so rambunctious like that now that we've discovered that they are in a shoal. And from there, you would dig into this document and other ones because you're going to have like a buttload of tabs open on your computer, you know, and you just dig into it. Okay. Then we go back here and we say, oh no, shoot, it's 2:45. I gotta go pick up the kids. They're gonna be at the bus stop. Oh no, I'm late. Okay. And you don't want to leave this like this because you're not gonna remember. So I come up here and I change my font because I hate that font. I need Times New Roman. Hold on. Yeah. Change that. Times New Roman. Okay. And 12 point. Always. This is just me. God damn you. Go back now. There. Okay. So that, then here, I would just put right here, Pygmy, Corey. What is that, Corey? Let's do it like that. Pygmy Corey, slash, see, pig. Why are you freezing? Why are you freezing? That is oddly strange. Oh, now you want to work. Damn, that took forever. So, and then you got that label. Go down one and then just say, put on there what you put. Corey. Okay. And then if it is something that you're going to keep doing, I always put metrics. Like today, so I do 127, 24, right? And then I would do midday, no feed, mid-maintenance, right? Because they don't need it. They don't need nothing. They don't need a water change. They don't need a top off. But they don't not need it either. They still got a couple, you know, weeks or whatever. So, okay. So you put, I put that, and then we go down here like we did, and you document your behaviors. Now, a lot of the time, the majority of the fish, like, there's a lot of information on them already. That's fine. So, there's your baseline, right? And then what I do is I look at the baseline for my fish, and then I look at other people's baselines, and I average the two. So I will say something like par for the course or across the board. When y'all hear me say stuff like that, that's what it is. That's what I'm talking about. Those are those baselines. And then, like, you can get creative with it as you want to. Like, I even make like a legend, a key, right? To where, like, I'll put an initial by something. Like, if something is a behavior that I ain't seen, I'm put A, capital A. Why? That's abnormal behavior to me. And and then I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna hit up Roy. I'm gonna send Jay Watts a picture of some shit. I'm gonna bother somebody like, bro, check this out. You know, I'm gonna shoot Ryan a text message on the ground. In Florida, like, hey, bro, y'all got these like this in Florida, stuff like that. So, and then you put what that is, you know, like that, right? And there you go. Now, you jot down the behaviors, fine and cool, and then you can treat it like it's a journal and give some context for you. That way, by the time you get ready to go to the database and plug it in, you got a finished product. So, say something along the lines of, uh, noticed behavior in passing. Well, conducting. And this stuff like this, it sets up the scene in your mind. So it'll transport you back to that place and time where you were when you noticed these behaviors. And what that does is it serves to possibly trigger other memories that you may or may not have took it into consideration, something that you may have overlooked, because now you done put this on the database. We talking about it, we hashing it out. And then, it would be one of those things to where it's like, let me come up real quick. It would be one of those things to where it's like, man, I'll be damned. Now that you mention it, it was raining that day, Or you'll be like, man, now that you mention it, they did treat the water. I didn't even think about chloramines. I'll be damned. You know what? There might be something to that. And then boom. It's not, fuck you, you're lazy. You don't kill stingrays and change your water. No, we're not here for that. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. We just doing science, baby. That's all. So back to the document. You get on here and you put that, unusually unusually cloudy day, mist and fog, but little rain. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Unusually cloudy day, mist and fog. And these are my notes. But little rain, surprisingly. I'll put this in here, this part, because I'm giving myself a clue. This is one of my trail markers to where when I come back to hang this tree stand, I know where we put that feeder. I know where we put everything, and I didn't put the tree stand at the same time I put the feeder, because I'm not finna hunt that way. I'm a hunt a different tree, but off the same feeder. So this is my little tag, my little plastic flag I tie on a tree. So when I get back down here to looking, I know where it's at. So these little clues like this is for you, all right? Because we trying to infer that it had to do something with the weather, but we trying to also make deductions of what could it be, all right? So if y'all following me, y'all already kind of know what I'm alluding to, it's cloudy, it's mist outside, and there's fog, but hardly no rain. Well, specific conditions are going to contribute to this kind of weather. Now, I'm not saying that this can or cannot affect your aquarium, because this is a hypothetical. This is a fake example, y'all. Please understand this is fake. I'm showing y'all how to do it at y'all house. So I gave myself this little clue right here because, like I said, when we got that moment of, man, I'll be damned. You know what? Now that you mention it, it was raining. Now that you mention it, they did you like that, right? So in my notes, I put that on there. Like, man, it's misty and cloudy, and foggy, but ain't no rain. I wonder if that's got something to do with it. And you put that on there so that you have that trail marker, like I said. So when you go back, you can see the weather was like this, but it wasn't raining that day. Because maybe, there ain't no maybe, because what if the conditions made it to where it was everything that I mentioned plus rain, right? And what if your fish didn't do what they did the last time, which made you write all this shit down in the first place? Or what if, despite the rain, they do the same thing they did the last time? It was all the aforementioned conditions minus the rain. This is the mindset, right? Develop that. These are the tools. And I'm explaining my methodology. And I would encourage y'all to adopt. Take what you can take, right? And use it how you use it. I'm going to go back to the document real quick. I'm going to do shout outs and we're going to wrap this thing up. Unless y'all have something y'all want. Let's go back to it. Boom. So, notice the fog. Here we are. Notice behavior and past while conducting unrelated activities. What does that tell you? Once again, it puts your mind back to exactly where you were when you started documenting these behaviors. So what this does is this part. Let's do a highlighter. What color? Red, because I'm warrior. Damn it. Right here. Right chime. There. So, notice behavior in passing while conducting unrelated activities. That is extremely relevant, okay? It's extremely relevant. Let me tell you why. If it was an unusual day, a cloudy day, inclement weather is approaching, you're not worried about your fish. 9 times out of 10, you're trying to make sure your windows is rolled up. You're trying to make sure that this inclement weather, if it comes, doesn't affect you adversely. But in passing through the room or hallway to go get that bungee cord to tie down this, or to go do this, to do that, or whatever, and you pass by and you see, let's use Jeff Tank, you see your Corey Pygmaeus in there acting uncharacteristic of what you had observed baseline behavior. You're like, what the hell going on? Now, your fish and the hobbyist in you, that inner nerd, the intrigue, right, takes over. Whatever the hell these unrelated activities right here, whatever these were, and you start doing this, all this. Damn, it's 27 midday, no feed, no maintenance. Ain't baseline abnormal. They were swimming right there in a loose net. They was doing this, and this. But was they trying to beat each other ass to see who the boss was? Was it hierarchical, or were they just trying to get a position? What they was doing? Then this is your mental note right here. Boom. Unusually cloudy day, mist, fog, but little rain, surprising. I wonder what, so on and so forth, right? This is the methodology I'm trying to share, and I do not mind taking the time to explain why they're relevant. It's okay. So, you got that right there. Let's go here. So basically that was it, and it's like, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but it is relevant. It's the methodology, okay? And I'm just going to be vulnerable, and I'll do it. I will teach you guys, because nobody else can. I don't care. That was one of them things that I agree with myself. I'm going to be vulnerable real quick. Like, I'm doing one of these case studies over there at the VA where they call you and you got to do the survey and shit. Because I had a Tango Bravo India injury. And so they put me in a case study in a focus group type thing. And you talk about the bad dreams and the depression and being angry and grumpy, all the shit that come with being scrambled up here in the head. And you have to do like progresses. And one of the things that you have to do is you have to say, these are things that I'm going to work on myself to improve me, to make me a better person. So, and it's all to help your self-esteem and all that stuff so you can function better with the PTSD and all that. So, you make 3 of them. I made 3, but the one that I have neglected to do the most is the one that I said, now I'm going to force that shit down my own throat this year. I'm going to do it. I'm going to grin and bear, suck it up. And that is self-censorship and that self-deprecation, to where it's like, you not good enough. You don't got what it takes. Well, that's bullshit. I got what it takes. And you got what it takes too. We all got what it takes. So, it's not on the strength of being arrogant, being cocky, or any of that stuff. And this is what breaks my heart. I'm not that way anyway. It's just fish tanks and stuff. And then it's like, I'm a logical person. So if I can't explain it, I damn sure ain't gonna let somebody explain it for me and put their definition and their words on me and my situation. Hence the whole angry, militant, Negro chip on the shoulder thing. I ain't with that. So the heartbreaking thing is, the people who should be confident, well, everybody does, but the people who need to be confidently on here advocating for these glass boxes we play with, they don't, because they don't have no self-esteem. All right? And they don't have no fucking bottom, like fortitude. And the heartbreaking thing is, those people don't contribute. And everybody suffers because of it. And then the people who do contribute, who need to shut up and sit down, well, y'all watch their videos and sub them and send them $20, $30 and shit for a super chat so they can ignore your damn comment but put it up there. Like, it just blows my mind. Everything you see here has come out of my pocket. So then I said, well, can't nobody else teach this shit but me. So I'm going to teach it. Let's not being cocky. Like, it's okay to be good at stuff and smile. That's what I'm saying. And I'm telling this, I'm all saying it loud and y'all get to hear it, but I'm really talking to me. Like right now, live action at 2:37 p.m. Central Time. I'm talking to me. So like when I watch this video a couple weeks from now or whatever, and remember where I was at, what I'm on, it'll resonate. Like, this is my time capsule. I'm doing it right now. So that's the heartbreaking part. So I said, I ain't doing that no more. It's okay to be good at stuff. It's okay to be proud that you're good at stuff. And the only reason I'm buying that, I'm even trying to agree to it and like make myself believe it, is because I justify it this way. When I say proud, that is me manifesting the love that I get back from the people that I share stuff with. So It is a pride coming from a sense of service, a sense of duty. That's it. It's not to be a jerk. There's no other way to say it. It's not to flex. It's not to say, I'm rich, you're poor, you suck. I don't. I'm not that. I don't want to be a part of that. But I will teach this because nobody else can. And it's that simple. The part that we did today, that's one. We're going to expound. Let me show you one more time. This, right? So we're going to expound on this, y'all. Let me zoom it out a little bit. Because not only is there this kind of stuff like this here, right? But more detail. So like writing down a method. And this really chaps my ass. I'm not going to do it because that just takes all the positivity away. But people got methods now. And it's like shit that I've been doing forever. Shit that other people been doing forever. But because this motherfucker got a YouTube channel and shit, and he stealing other people's ideas and shit, and got, you know, mommy and daddy Warbucks money and capital and all this shit, they get these motherfuckers methods. I ain't never been to nobody's school, ain't never wrote nothing down, much less went out their way to look like a jackass like I'm doing right now, you know, making grammatical errors and shit on the internet forever, doing PDFs and shit. Why? Because they don't have no substance. They can't. Google calls me to make sure they're not fucking up, not the other way around. Y'all best believe that. Be mindful of who and what you align yourself to. That's what I'm saying. I don't need to argue with nobody. Y'all trying to make y'all shit look like mine. That goes back to trusting yourself and the information, so on and so forth. So I digress from that tangent. Let's say I'm gonna say my routine for making rapashi for my food. Okay? And I'm going to put the note on here for my Corys that they haven't been on feed, but diet. Right? I'm going to keep it highlighted red. So, put this, and then I'm going to do all caps. So I know. Right? This ain't got nothing to do with what I'm going to put in the database necessarily, but if it is applicable, then I'll see how I can rope that in to the description of the species. Maybe it could go under the caveat of husbandry, you know? So that's what I do. So I'll put diet, and then I'll put my mega mix. Right? And then I'll do a couple more of these little things, but they look cool. Like, that's literally the only reason I'm doing them. And then I'll put my mega mix, like what I do for my mega mix. And then I make it easy for me. All right. Fry. Jello. Okay. Right. So I'll put my little recipe up there first. All right. And then after I put my little recipe up there, I'll do a quick methodology. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so okay. Trying to hurry up. Okay, so done real quick. You know, this is what I have been feeding them, and I write this stuff down because you keep fish a lot. You have a lot of fish. Life happens. Different situations come up, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, sometimes we forget stuff. Okay? It is what it is. So, by me writing down the recipe and what I did, this is giving credence to my science. Okay? And I say it because when we're collecting data, we want to collect accurate data, right? Go Big Red. So We want to collect accurate data. And part of that is as much detailed information that you can possibly get. Because they might not have the liver I used. And then I had to substitute it for another kind of protein, you know. They didn't have no liver, but ground beef was on sale. That's a lie. Uh, they had some chicken gizzards. It's like fucking gizzard, the same thing. So put the gluten in the blender. It's different though. You feel me? That need to be annotated to where you go back, right? Man, I love you guys. And now I'm looking at y'all vibing in the comments, and I just gotta say thank you, bro. Like, this is what we deserve this. Like us, bro. Like the fish tank people, bro. Like, go do science. Like, let's talk about the fish. Oh, hola, mi amor. Hey, babe. Me estoy hablando sobre pescados y cosas así. Lo mismas cosas que estoy siempre gritando y quejando. Como gentes, quiero adorar ese payaso para haciendo cualquier cosa, pero mientras ya hay una otra gente increíble, pero ya no sale nada. Eso mismo. Pues, so, it's the valid, accurate information. You want to make sure that it's all documented. But like I was saying, like, yeah, we deserve this. Getting our science on. Coming here, I'll let y'all have down, figuratively speaking. It ain't nothing but love and respect. We like coming in here to get sharp, bruh. Ain't nobody the hero. Ain't nobody finna be worship. We all a team. Like, if we pull up, like if we finna go fight, if we finna go do something, I ain't worried about y'all. Because I know y'all proficient in the shit that y'all say y'all proficient in. So, well, I'm gonna tell you right there. If you in the battle, if you at the activity and you gotta question the aptitude of your team, then you probably should go home or sit down or get out the way of the people that's trying to do it. Okay? So when people call me cocky because I'm saying I'm too good to argue about water changes, I am. I'm too good to argue about dirt because I am. I'm too good. I don't give a shit. I'm not being cocky. I'm not being arrogant. I'm telling the truth. Why? Because it took my energy away from building what we have here now, which is what we have needed the whole time and what we deserve. So if I gotta run it, I will run it. It's no problem to me. That's what I'm saying. So that's where this whole thing goes into. Check yourself or you wreck yourself. It's just science. It's just science, okay? I'm humbled when somebody come to me and say, hey, I'm in a fish tank. I saw yours. They're pretty. Can you help me? And I'm like, yeah, of course. What you want? Well, X, Y, and Z. Yes, Jeff, I'm still going. We was like literally doing educational stuff here. I'm wrapping up though. There's a recipe for fish food, and the relevance is variables change, and what you do may or may not correlate to said behaviors right here. So there's that. That's what I was explaining. And I was just telling the crowd, there you go. I was just telling the crowd, that I saw them engaging in the comments, and it warms my heart. It makes me feel awesome. And we deserve this. We have needed this in the hobby for so long. And like, I had to say it. I had to share that with y'all. But you, Jeff, to get you caught up, because like I caught myself feeling good right now in real life and almost fucked around and ruined it because I'm worried about this nonsense that I'm trying to get out of my head. Right? And that's not cool. So like I completely lost myself in doing this document and, you know, teaching and all that. And so with that, let me do the shout outs and we will continue this. We will dive into this more. Please start writing down everything, G. And go look at the database. Go look at it. And hey, will one of the mods throw that up? Throw the link to the database in the chat, please. Take a look at it. Take a look at the database and just look at it. That's what you do first. That's what I would suggest. Look at it. Read it. See what it is. Feel it. Familiarize yourself with it. That way, when you do get ready to contribute, you already kind of know the lay of the land, like how they moving over there. And that also what that does is it builds your confidence and it makes you more comfortable. Like, well, hell, he wrote that about Neo Caradina shrimp. Shit, I got a bunch of Neos. Let me see what he talking about. Yep. Oh, and I would add, and then you add it. And guess what? Then you just got a friend that's like, hey, bro, everything you put over there, it's the same thing I noticed too. Like, that's awesome. And then you say, well, I live here and it's Houston and the water is liquid rock coming out of the tap at like fucking 8.96. So I have noticed that if they doing it here in my water like this, pair of what you doing over here, we might be onto some kind of development. That's where I'm going with that. All right. So cultivating space, like I said, go check out Lily. Jorge said, oh, there you are, Jorge. I'll call you in a little bit. I know you're good. I saw the text. We do a live entry on the next episode. I hadn't planned on doing a live stream tomorrow, but if y'all want it, let me know. All right? Just let me know. Like, flood me with, I'm telling you, because otherwise I won't do it tomorrow. I told you I'm service oriented. Like, if there's a need, like, if I feel as though me not doing that shit tomorrow is fucking somebody over, excuse my French, but for real, then I'll be like, you lazy piece of shit. I don't do the stream, bro. They need you. Like, they want you to explain it to them. Whoop de whoop. And plus, they can show you stuff too. So let me know. Jen said she does. Yeah, would. So let me wrap this thing up real quick before I have another brain fart. That's the relevance, and that is the power of observation. Okay? So to recap, we explained observation. We looked at a few different methods of observation in the field to get a rudimentary understanding of how to observe, what to look for. We went over briefly how to validate and substantiate your claims, how to irrefute claims, all while being subjective. And we did a mock brief example of data collection, and I explained the relevance of the basic parts. And I say that word parts very abstractly because there's no format. However, in my experience of data gathering, these are some of the things that you want to have to set up your framework for your data. What are you looking at? What's it called? Okay? The day, more or less, the month, the week, the year, something. What time is it? Where are you in your husbandry? Right here. This one. Where are you in your husbandry? Is it what time? Midday? No feed, ain't been on feed. We're in between maintenance schedule. Okay? Then, how to establish baseline behaviors versus abnormal. And then we started writing down what we saw from Jeff's Corridor Pygmaeus colony that he has. And it lovely, might I add. That's my favorite Corey, by the way. It's Hasbrosis and that little bastard there. Those two. Those are my favorite too. I don't even care about any of the new stuff. Stir Eyes included. I don't care. I like those two. And we put that, right? Then we went here and document. So like this set up the thing. Context clues. Notice behavior in passing while conducting unrelated activities. I explain why this is important. Then what do we see? What was it about that day? Okay, explain that too. Then I explain how it works. You know, the I'll be damned. The now that you mention it's the stuff that we all do. And Dyer, my little mega mix, my little mock-up mega mix, you know. Your frozen stuff. It's plain jello to hold together. It's protein, vitamins, stink ass rapeshi. It works though. Yeah, your hot water, all your materials. Quick, Reader's Digest version of how to get it together. Put in the freezer, feed it every day. Done data. Right? So that kind of stuff is what we doing on YouTube. Ain't nobody else gonna do it because they can't. That's why y'all don't have it shit. There'll be people that'll come and try to do it, and that's good. Cause y'all come on. But that ain't gonna get no views. Ain't gonna generate no revenue. It's just like me. I'm learning. I'm a terrible businessman because my heart is too big, man. Customer service is great. Like I treat people right. But me, terrible businessman. Meaning, oh, if I was a slimy, cutthroat son of a bitch, oh man, I'd be rolling in the dough. I'm articulate. I look decent. I got a good voice. I'm smart as hell. I could sell snow to an Eskimo, and I'm from the streets. Like I said, but I have a big heart. If I was a slimy piece of shit, oh my God, I'd be making a lot of money. But we're not here for that. My point in bringing that up is have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in yourself and what you bring, not only to this silly internet shit, but to the world, man, to life. Make the tears that are shed for you when you die worth something. That's what the fuck I'm trying to say. With that, Love you. But it's 3 o'clock. I've been on here for too long. Um, it's Fish Planting Mines. Check out Warrior Planet Tanks. Depending on how it moves, I might stream tomorrow. Don't know. Might pop up tonight. Who knows? But y'all have a blessed one. Y'all have a great weekend and smash next week. God bless you. I'm out. I think.